may get darker before the dawn. Yeah, will you carry on? I know you're able to rescue me, but even if you don't, I still believe.
Be careful. It might fall on you. Anyways, it's Zulu Boy Mechanic, SL Auto here with another job for you to watch and enjoy. Hopefully you learn something. Alright, so we have a 2007 Nissan Altima 2.5 engine. It's a front wheel drive. Complaint: they hear humming noise coming from the front. And I did already check to find out what the problem is. That guy right there on top of the hood. So I have a hub assemble. That's a wheel bearing. So it's gone, making that humming noise. So I will show you how to change this guy. It's fairly easy if you have all the tools, and of course if you know what you're doing. It's only held by 4 bolts from behind. Then of course in here your CV shaft will go through, and on the other end you have the big nut that's holding the CV XL. And through that hole, that's where the ABS sensor will go in. And the tone ring, of course, on this hub, it's right inside there. It's different from, some cars that you may see some, like some teeth to identify that that's the tone ring. This one is more magnetic. So if you wanted to try, you can take a screwdriver and put it right there, or even a razor blade, and then, you can prove me wrong or right if that's tone ring for this hub. Anyways, you forgive me for my music. Only God keeps me going. So I have to play my Shine FM 88.9 Shine FM. That's what keeps me going. That's my best friend in my garage. Alright, so let me get this thing going, have the car up, remove the wheel, and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so here I am replacing the wheel bearing. So first thing first, I've taken the that's a 32 mil big nut that holds the CVXL, and I'm so lucky this one actually can move in, so at least I don't have to worry much about anything seized. Anyways, in the event that that's seized, you can take a dowel punch. Never hit here, because this will spread and then you won't be able to put in your nut when you're done your job. So always put that dowel punch straight right there on that hole, and then you can tap it. It should come out. Of course, there's a quarter pin right here that has to be removed first before you can access that nut. So my problem actually on this car with this wheel bearing, what I discovered was some work was done prior, and the nut was actually left loose. I was able to just take that nut without even using a socket at all. But I mean, the threads, they're still good on the XL, because this customer just heard the noise not long ago and called me right away. So it's a good thing that they came, because it could have kept turning until it got to the quarter pin and keep banging on that quarter pin until, you know, it breaks off, and then that comes out. The rest, you don't want to know what could have happened. But anyways, to do this job, as I said, it's not that hard. So just to be able to turn this wheel left and right easy, so what I've done is I let go the tire rod. So I disconnected that. It's a 19mm socket underneath. Of course, there's a quarter pin as well, so I removed that. And then now there's no steering lock or anything, so it's free to move sideways. The next step, because I'm going to have to remove the rotor and the caliper with the pads, so what I've done is just remove the two big bolts right there that are holding the whole caliper. And then all I need to do now is just take my bungee cord. Never leave the caliper hanging on its own, because it can snap the brake line, it can put too much tension on the brake line, and that's not good. So always support that with a bungee. If you don't have that, just use something like a coat hanger. If you're working off the ground, you can rest this on a tire or something, a block. Yeah. All right, so everything has been loosened, ready to come out. So the 4 bolts that are holding the hub, they're out now. So I'm just gonna place them right there. Of course, the hub does tend to seize against the steering knuckle. So sometimes you have to use the hammer, just tap it on the side to get it out. Sometimes you spray a little bit of penetrating oil fluid, and then leave it for a minute or so, and then try again. I've had some that are just nightmare, but this one wasn't too bad to come out. Right now it's free. The other thing that you want to remember to pull out before pulling this hub out is the ABS sensor. So it's right there. It's held by a 10mm bolt. So I've taken that, and again, these can be seized badly to a point where sometimes you can't even get them out. Again, soak this with penetrating oil and leave it for a short while. And as you're taking it out, just try to wiggle it, like just left, right, up and down, sideways. Don't just put your flat screwdriver and pry once, because that can become another issue where if this breaks, or the head of the sensor itself breaks, then now you just have to replace the entire sensor, which can cost some money just for that ABS sensor. But anyways, this one I was able to also free it. You can see, so I'm just putting it out. So right there, that's the ABS sensor. Of course, that's the wire going up to the main harness. How it works briefly, remember I was showing you at the beginning with that hub that there's a magnet surface from behind. So this one actually does pick up from that magnet, and everything is being sent to the ABS module, and all the communication happens there, just to help you with your brake application system. If you need to learn more about this, I would suggest you go for an apprenticeship. I'm just kidding. You can go online and check how ABS works. Simple like that. So anyways, so this is free. All right, right there. Okay. Okay, she's out. So again, just double check the threads on this CVXL, just to make sure it's all good. There's no damage threads, and the nut should be able to go back in place and be torqued to spec. And so what I normally do, as you can see, this one, you see the color of it, that's rust developing there. So what you need to do is put some anti-seize so that next time this doesn't happen. And also around the steering knuckle where the hub goes, all this, you have to clean it, you know, keep everything nice and clean, so next time whoever does the job doesn't have to, you know, swing so much on that hammer. All right, so that's the end of the job, but I don't think the person can drive yet, still need a wheel. But anyways, the hub, new hub is in, the rotors back in place, and the caliper, everything that was taken out has been put back except this old hub bearing. That's garbage now, scrap. Okay, so the last thing to do, of course, is to put the wheel back, verify the job, make sure everything is torqued to spec, and my ABS sensor, it's back in place. I don't have a good flash there, but anyways, you know what I mean. Thank you once again for watching my videos, and I hope to fix your cars or your car one of these days. Blessings.